You there, boy. What day is this?
It's Christmas, sir.
Is it still podcast recording day?
As it turns out, it is. It must be, because we're all here with our microphones and such, recording a podcast.
Oh, the spirits were right. I haven't missed it.
Well, technically, we might miss it. This will come out on Christmas or the day after Christmas, I think.
Ooh.
Approximately Christmas.
Around then. Oh, I forgot my jingle bells I usually have. I don't want to go in the other room and get them. Anyway.
Yeah, so come in and know me better, man. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen Gullbells.
And I brought the figgy pudding. I'm David.
And today we
Antifa
are in...
is outside asking for figgy pudding. Sorry, stealing Twitter jokes.
Yeah,
so today we're in some deep trouble, everybody.
Oh no.
Because we are watching Deep Trouble.
Oh wait,
we're
watching Rescue Bots again?
Yes, once again we have a duplicate episode title.
Yeah.
You gotta space them out. At least it's not called More Than Meets the Eye.
Yeah,
this is true.
But it's like Robots in Disguise and Rescue Bots were airing at basically the same time, so that's closer of a crossover, which is annoying.
Yeah, and this was an early Rescue Bot season, so there's some time has passed here.
I suppose, but I feel like they need to have like a set amount of time that needs to pass before you can reuse an episode title.
I would think 5 years should be a rule. But...
Or just come up with a different one.
Yeah, or come up with a different one.
3 years.
Just like Shelter Cats.
Yeah, how about 8 Arms to Hold You?
Oh!
8 Arms to Fold You?
Trench Run?
Nautical Nightmare?
It's also about Grimlock, so maybe something not octopus themed.
I mean, he was kind of a B plot, so Octopunch out.
Ooh, yeah, that would be a good one.
There, have a pun.
Yeah. So yeah, this first aired July 18th, 2015, written by Howie Nickel, who's most of the references to him online are about him being a realtor.
What?
Okay, then.
He was an assistant on a couple of shows, like ER and Third Watch, and then he has one writing credit, and it is this episode.
That's really weird, because like the guest voice in this episode is like a producer and not a voice actor.
Like, is it possible this guy sold Margaret Scott a house or something, and then knocked a little off the price if she let him write an episode of Transformers?
Weird,
maybe.
Or maybe he isn't actually a realtor, and it's the only other person with that name and something. But
this is possible,
because that shit does happen with people with more common names. Maybe it's just not.
Yes,
weird.
Does the wiki mention this? Do they confirm that
the wiki just says he's a writer and a realtor? That's all.
Also, I'm pretty sure I wrote that page, so I don't think that'll help us.
That's not like an outside confirmation. That's just based on online
That's
research.
me looking him up online.
It is, though, entirely possible that he just sold Margaret Scott a house and was like, I'll give you a deal if you let me write an episode of Transformers. Sort of like how Galaxies comic got started.
Yeah.
Their whole IDW looking for outside investment and someone to possibly buy them and being like, hey, guy who founded some big online media company, come write Transformers. Maybe if you like the place, you could buy it.
Yeah.
And then he wrote about Insecticon poop and basically establishing a corporophilia theme for the entire anthology series.
Wait, that's come back? Ew.
It was a little bit of the Deathsaurus Cliffjumper story.
Oh yeah, it was. Shit.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, precisely. We open with the running of the gauntlet.
Sorry, I blew David's mind there. He needs...
Yeah, I'm afraid to read the pile that I haven't gotten to in a while.
Anyway, they're running a gauntlet and Drift's babies are there, and that's what really matters.
They're doing their best, even though they are very tiny.
The best around? Better than all the rest?
Which, as we see, does mean that they can just go under some of the obstacles.
Yes. Yeah. As opposed to Grimlock, who is straight up going through the obstacles.
Yes, and while singing a song about it, which is pretty great.
Yes. Which is about himself.
Yes. He's singing a song about himself and how good he is at smashing through the obstacles.
Mm-hmm. So they clear the hurdles, and now it's time for a bunch of, like, big swinging objects. There was something sort of similar to this in American Gladiators, if anybody remembers that.
Ooh, vaguely.
I absolutely remember that. Hey, speaking of Pluto TV, as I regularly am, they actually have a channel that's just all old episodes of American Gladiators.
That is incredibly awesome.
Well, I guess you could make a more relevant current thing, like American Ninja Warrior, or what is the fuck's it called now?
I think it's still American Ninja Warrior, isn't it?
Okay. Well, yeah, because it was like Ninja Warrior was like the English version of, I think it was called Sasuke in Japan, which was the famous ninja dude that they named one of the Naruto characters after.
Like a Naruto character?
Well, the thing is, most of the Naruto characters, the big ones, are named after historical ninjas.
That's boring.
Well, that's how you do it. It's either that or you name them after vegetables. That's how it works.
Dragon Ball.
So most of the Autobots avoid these big swinging things, but Grimlock takes one right in the ribs. The robo-ribs.
You can't really smash through something that comes at you from the side. It doesn't even seem like, compared to the fights that they get into, I mean, it's kind of like slowed down so you see that it hurts, but it doesn't really seem like it should hurt as much as it does. But I guess maybe it hit a soft spot.
Hit just the right spot.
Just hit him right in the right spot.
It'd be more interesting, like, if it left a dent there we could see, but as far as we could tell, it's like, he's just hobbling like he's winded.
Well, I guess it's also important that nobody else knows this.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So he finishes last, and he puts on a brave face and doesn't let anybody know that he's hurting.
Also, very importantly, Drift's precious children are very excited that they finished together. Okay, first, Sideswipe and Strongarm finish basically a photo finish and immediately start bickering over who won.
Yes, I think she claims that he was staring at her bumper the entire time.
Yeah, or at least over the finish line.
Yes.
And Drift's precious children, they are very excited they finished together. And then Drift scowls at them, and then they look very dignified and do a little bow. And then Grimlock comes in last.
So we now cut to the deep. At a wildly colored submarine cuts through the water.
Yes. It's bright red, got some, like, blue.
Like a teal?
Yellow. Yeah.
Well, what color are submarines usually? Little exploratory ones are like bright yellow or orange.
Yeah, I have in here that this is an Aquazone-ass looking submarine.
Yes.
For any other fans of mid-90s Lego.
Familiar with it.
Actually, wait. Oh yeah, we do see him out of the water, so because the water changes the color. Mm. It makes it cooler.
Yeah, no, we see him on the ship.
Yeah, he's more maroon, reddish, sort of.
Mm. So, hey, it's time to fire up the GroundBridge, and Sideswipe is not so confident about getting into this thing.
Yeah, wait, is this the first time they've actually used it? Or have I forgotten?
I think the first time they've successfully used it.
Okay.
Because it's, Fixit says, listen, it will work. Sideswipe is all, will work? Should work.
Yep, they now have a presumably theoretically functional ground bridge.
Yes. And so once again, it is Bumblebee catchphrase time.
Yes, Bumblebee catchphrase number 12, which was 6 in a row.
Ooh.
We're on a streak.
We're going streaking. Looks like we've come to a bridge. Let's cross it.
This is why no one fixed his voice box for so long.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Because he kept saying these things, and then he got horribly injured in battle, and they were like, yeah, we don't have the parts.
Yeah, that's going to come in next week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like if Andy Zoltzman got laryngitis. It's like, we'll just wait it out. It'll get better eventually. You don't need to take no medicine for all those puns. We can wait.
So they head through the ground bridge. It works perfectly up to the point when it floods the entire scrapyard with seawater.
I feel like this was something that should have been foreseeable.
Well, it should have been foreseeable. We don't notice it here, but later we see the junkyard is apparently watertight in that it's like 3 feet deep or something, and they're in a boat floating around the junkyard.
It's like a natural basin or something.
We've seen the front gate. It should not be watertight.
I mean, it could be like a dip, but yeah, it's flooded. But
or it's sort of tilted away from the.
Thought of this.
Yeah.
Just you open a ground bridge, you open a portal to under the sea, and seawater is going to come pouring through. That's how water works. It's a liquid.
You think maybe that should be a standard ground bridge thing, a barrier against water? But this one, this one was jerry-rigged by some trucker. Wait, who was it that built it? Oh, it was Thunderhoof.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is fine mafia construction.
Yes. Yeah, that works. You gotta let the water in and out so you can put some in the cement shoes. It works.
I guess
okay.
I don't think they ever actually went underwater on Transformers Prime.
No.
I mean, they didn't have any water guys.
No. The Decepticons didn't have any water guys. They didn't have any need to go be in the water.
Should have been some boat Viacons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened in other series, but they've had boats or they were just driving in space or other nonsense.
Yes. So, the space boats.
I kind of miss the space boats, but
yeah. So everybody gets underwater, and we encounter our Decepticon, who transforms from submarine to Octopus Man, and he is Octopunch.
Which, a great name. Who is a great G1 character who only showed up in the comics, but here he's different. He's
Well, I mean, he was a toy.
A squiddly diddly with a distinct accent that's very Jewish stereotype that I question.
I mean, I can't
it's
question
supposed
too
to be
much.
Specifically Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, or Jerry Lewis.
Or Jerry Lewis,
It's
yeah.
Jerry Lewis, not Jerry,
I don't know
not
where
the
that
singer.
leak came.
I don't think that this guy isn't marrying like his 14-year-old cousin.
He could be. Look, all these boomer references get mixed up in my head.
I mostly thought that he was more like old Jewish man.
Yeah.
I guess.
Which I guess Jerry Lewis was, eventually. I mean, I was just thinking Dr. Zoidberg the whole time.
The thing with Zoidberg is it isn't quite a Jewish accent. He's also got like the burbling thing is going on. It's Jewish with a twist. Also, is Billy West Jewish?
I don't think Billy West is Jewish.
Isn't his last name real name like Weststein or something?
I just thought it was West, but I may be wrong.
No, I remember looking it up at some point and it wasn't actually West.
Oh, William Werstein.
Wow,
yeah.
that's...
So he's at least German, possibly Jewish?
Wikipedia says
so I'll
Irish.
let him get away with it?
Wikipedia says Irish descent.
But Werstein. But it's like the guy voicing Octopunch here is like has an Italian last name.
Yeah, Ted Biaselli, who dabbles in voice acting, but is mostly like he worked for the Hub. He's like a producer.
Yeah. So like we have a realtor as a writer and a producer as a voice actor. This episode's a little odd.
He's done a fair bit of voice acting, though.
I did hear a discussion on my somewhat regularly mentioned Love It or Leave It podcast the other day, featuring small Ashkenazi Jew John Lovett, who is not John Lovitz,
that's the ticket.
Talking about Italians playing Jews and vice versa, and specifically bringing up, like, George Costanza and, what's his name?
Jason
Ben
Alexander?
Stiller's Jerry Stiller?
Oh, Jerry Stiller, yes.
And how his character is supposed to be Italian, and George Costanza is supposed to be Italian, and...
You know, I kind of never thought about that.
There's this... Well, he thought about it because he was a, teenage Jewish guy when it was airing at the time. But there's sort of a back and forth that goes on, I guess, because of the mutual New Yorkness.
Yeah,
of, like,
you got that
Italians playing Jewish characters and Jewish people playing Italian characters. So that's apparently an established thing that those of us who are not New York Italian or Jewish are not paying attention to.
It's like, okay, it's like the accent's just a little too Jewish for me. It's like tone it down. Although there is one scene where he like says something that like isn't in any accent at all. It's like, what?
I just thought it was, even though, like I said, I got my boomer celebrity names mixed up. I just thought it was Jerry Lewis because I'm just used to like cartoons from when I was young referencing Jerry Lewis the way cartoons now reference things that were relevant to us and not to our children.
Oh, yeah, like how, Jimmy Durante is the voice that has permeated through the times, and nobody knows who the fuck he is anymore.
Hey, I mean, nobody who doesn't watch Frosty the Snowman every year, unlike myself.
Yeah, well, it's the thing. So maybe Rob's right, and this is just...
Good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
This is just a Zoidberg impression.
Well, I'm also kind of thinking of the old Jewish man from The Simpsons.
I haven't seen Simpsons in so long, I don't remember any Jewish people on that show.
The old grey mare, she ain't what she used to be.
Wow, I've forgotten chunks of Simpsons. Jeez. Of course, I haven't seen it in like 2 decades, so...
Though, apart from that, for the logistics nerds like myself, they do mention that they are going to internal communications, so that they can communicate underwater. Because they are talking, they are animated as talking, which makes sense because presumably you're still like gonna be talking, but I guess also they have it transmit their voice.
Yeah, so when they're underwater they can't understand Octopunch's talking.
Yes.
Which was another line like what was it, Sideswipe that says all I heard was burbling. It's like, is that an insult against Hebrew or something? What's going on?
No, it's definitely just... Especially since he's clearly speaking English.
Well, yeah.
Yes, Cybertronian English, but it's
well, yes.
I'm just going
it was a weird
with
foot to begin the episode on.
I'm just going with he's Jerry Lewis.
Complain about all this earth fluid. Oh, with the cold and the salt.
Hey, lady!
Can't get a decent brisket around here. Maybe I was just thinking about it because, like, Hanukkah started yesterday? Question mark?
Couple days ago.
It's
recently, as we're recording.
Yes, and of course, remember, octopus not kosher.
No,
it is. Oh my god, I could never.
Don't eat
be
the
kosher.
octopus.
I mean, I agree with the don't eat the ham stuff. That's cool,
Maybe.
but not eating octopus, which presumably carries over to calamari. I'm out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, all your shellfish, your
I can't live.
Clams, oysters.
I could live without beef,
octopus,
but I cannot live without any fish.
I would.
Well, that's a. Well, you can eat actual fish, just not.
Well, shellfish are the good fish.
You can eat lox.
Yeah?
I've never had locks.
Oh,
despite
good
my
stuff.
proximity to New York for most of my life, the city.
I would say this would explain why Judaism never really got a big foothold in Japan, but also the fact that they aren't like a proselytizing religion also explains that.
No.
Well, and also some of the groups that did spread in Japan at various times weren't exactly friendly to Jews.
That too. You know, the ones who were representatives of proselytizing religions.
Yeah,
actively
lots
converting
of Christian and
religions.
other weird assholes.
But also because...
Yeah, anyway, weird digression.
So Octopunch has discovered a crashed Cybertronian ship
I like that this...
on the bottom of the sea.
I like that this crashed Cybertronian ship on the bottom of the sea is just something that they're like, okay, because...
Yeah.
Yep, that's Earth for you.
Which, like...
Cybertron's dumpster.
Squiddly Diddly discovered the sphere?
No.
But,
well,
and we
the
also find out that...
The ship design we see very little of. It's like this rectangle with a giant tail fin, which I read that book. That was one of the main things I remember from the book, other than it being stupid, was like they found a spaceship and had a giant tail fin. So it almost feels like this is a intentional reference or just accidental because of the animation.
Is that Michael Crichton book? By which I mean a Michael Crichton book that came out when I worked in a bookstore.
A garbage Michael Crichton book that was made into a not very good movie.
With Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, and Samuel L. Jackson.
What? What's this? No. Wait.
I think that was one of the ones that came out when I worked at a mall bookstore, and I had already fallen out of love with Michael Crichton after he just brought Dr. Malcolm back in the book version of The Lost World because he didn't die in the Jurassic Park movie.
Jackson.
And I was like, you are such a sellout. I hate you. And never read any of Michael. Actually, don't get me started about the ending of the Andromeda Strain, because that was the other thing that...
Well, I never read that one. I did see that.
Listen, I read a bunch of his post Lost World books. You're fine.
That was the impression that I got. There was one of those, I forget whether it was, I think it was Airframe, that
one is so boring.
Buzz around the publishing industry was that he had written it in a month because he had a contract that stipulated he had to write another book.
No, I read the second Jurassic Park one, and I was okay with that. There was a time travel book that, like, the mechanics of the time travel was just so stupid, I fucking quit in that book. One of the few books I've ever given up in the middle.
Timeline, read it, own it, saw the movie.
I hated the end of Andromeda Strain so much, it made me so mad.
I was a big Crichton enthusiast for a while there.
My father is a big Crichton enthusiast.
I read
2
Congo.
minutes into this episode.
So he is, we find out his crimes. He is a noted, ship salvager and ship wrecker.
Yes. So the wrecking of ships being the part that he got thrown into the Alchemor for. I would like to
presumably
know...
he was a...
Go ahead.
No, he's a wrecker, not in the Transformer sense, but in the old-timey sense.
Yes.
Where you'd have like a fake lighthouse, and then you would collect the wreckage on the shore.
I would like to know how letting him just leave Earth would be bad, because then he's not bothering Earth anymore. But I guess they would rather...
then he could go wreck some more spaceships.
I guess.
And in space.
Those other planets are not their problem. Earth is their problem.
I mean, it's like some of the other guys in the past that were trying to get off, it's like, okay, they're petty, but this guy wrecks ships. Would presumably also include spaceships.
Yes.
Yeah, fine.
So he's a bit more of a problem.
Mm. So,
especially since this ship has guns.
Yes. So, they fight him. Grimlock is still a little hobbled by this injury, and at one point he's got each of them in a tentacle.
Yes.
And just tosses them away. It's a cool fight.
Yeah.
There is...
Because he has the massive advantage underwater.
I do like when they first get there, and, they can't understand what he's saying, because his voice is not traveling through the water, and they have their own thing on. So, Strongarm says something about explaining things in a way that he understands as she goes up to him and starts using the universal language of whoop whoop and puts her sirens on, and I just appreciate
pull over.
I appreciate that that's a universal language of whoop whoop. The police sirens. Yes. You are in trouble. But then that just alerts him that he's in trouble, and so then they fight. Yes.
You might say it alerts him that he's in deep trouble.
Whoa!
So yeah, he gets into the ship, and then he turns the ship's guns on them. And shockingly, it is Sideswipe whose quick thinking saves the day here, as he quickly identifies that these guns are firing in a very specific pattern, and if they move in a coordinated fashion, they can avoid them. And, credit where credit due. Good job, Sideswipe.
Let's give Strongarm the credit. No.
Yes.
Yeah, he does a good job there. I guess he's as, the most finesse combat oriented on the team. He's better at figuring out actual strategy and not punching his way through things or pulling them over.
Yes. And we cut him in the command center. He's all, again with the Autobots.
Not your day, Zoidberg.
I feel like this, and a little bit the next episode as well, I kind of feel like these were episodes that maybe were written without knowing that Drift was going to be there, and then just sort of adding Drift in. Because Drift doesn't really contribute anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't
he's a real backseat commander in this one.
Yeah. It does kind of feel like a lot of his dialogue is just added in later in one scene where he does anything relevant, which isn't really relevant to the plot.
And that could have been something else that was not relevant to the plot to explain what Sideswipe was doing then. Yeah. But it does kind of feel like that Drift had to get written into this episode because he doesn't really do anything very helpful.
No.
And it almost feels like he was animated in later. At the end of the thing, they catch the bad guy and they're carrying him away. And Bumblebee is the one carrying most of the octopus. And Drift is just sort of running along next to him, not doing shit.
I mean, part of it may also be that he is supposed to be standoffish as a character, but all that really means is that if you write him in after your episode has been plotted, then it makes sense for him as a character to not be being very helpful because he's being all standoffish and...
No, he's backseat drifting the entire episode.
Yes.
Anyway, when they get into the ship and when Octopunch gets in there, lovingly hand-drawn animation of the water flooding into the ship.
Yes, it's very nice.
I haven't noticed it in a while, or there just hasn't been much of the hand-drawn animation. Mm-hmm. But when it happens, they put their time into it to make the waves look beautiful.
They were very excited to get to do some proper animation, and they are just going to pour their hearts into it. Maybe they figure if they do that part really nice and pretty, then maybe they'll get a job doing that full time.
Yeah. Oh well. Also, explosions. I guess I just overlook explosions that happen.
I guess
they're explosions. You expect them.
Yes. So yeah, they end up having to split up, and shortly they hear the ship has 4 engines, and Octopunch is trying to get all 4 of them firing, and periodically one will go on, indicating that they have got even less time to get there.
The 4-engine thing is definitely clearly called out, but it's, for the most part, it's fairly low-key. They aren't, really obnoxious about it.
No, it's a standard countdown thing, but it's not overhyped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they end up getting, they end up splitting up. Drift, Sideswipe, and the 2 minicons end up shut in a corridor as the doors close around them. And Drift's solution is to meditate.
Which is the only scene he really does anything in this entire episode.
Yes.
Which is mostly just telling, like, his little mini-cons are fidgeting. He tells each of them in turn, you're fidgeting. And then Sideswipe gives up that everyone else is meditating, sits down to meditate, fidgets, and Drift is like, stop fidgeting. That's the scene.
Yes. And meanwhile, Strong Arm, in a, quite frankly, terrifying scene, is confronted by what appears to be an army of drone-like...
levels.
Yes, so there are like a zillion Fixits in this, and Fixit's like, oh hey, Fixit. Yeah, it's a bunch of Fixits, you'll help me. But no, they're evil Fixits, and they, like, hog-tie her.
It's scary.
It's very weird. Like, they have red glowing whip things that tie her up and shock her, which is horrifying. And they're little Fixits. They're Fixits that are frowning. None of them talk.
No, they don't.
Like, do they have intelligence? Do they just look like Fixits? Are they controlled by the ship? What?
They are definitely controlled by the ship, because we see Octopunch, like, setting the ship's defenses against them.
Well, yeah, but the defenses are also, like, the guns and the little nanite flying thingies that show.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Fixits are just there, and these Fixits leave me with questions.
I do wonder if this was an Autobot. I mean, they say it's a Cybertronian ship, but it does...
Yeah, they're very specific not to say.
The inside of it really feels a lot like the hallways feel a lot like the Decepticon ship from Transformers Prime, which, you know, is reasonable, but...
This show got asked, like, they later used robot models in later seasons. Presumably they also got the assets for the what was the name of Decepticon? Was it Nemesis again?
I think it was the Nemesis.
Okay. Yeah, like, the interiors are very clearly, like, if not exactly that, built from parts of the Nemesis interiors of the last show.
Yes, which, you know, makes sense, because that does give a nice, I know continuity between the two shows is a little wishy-washy, but it does give it a nice little bit of continuity there. But yeah, like, cause this ship has some pretty heavy duty, like, some pretty scary defenses. So I'm just...
Yeah, but like, did we ever see an Autobot ship in Prime? Other than the Wheeljack's little ship?
Yeah, we didn't see a big one.
No.
And I guess Magnus's, but that was kind of small.
Even his wasn't that big.
Yeah, they didn't have corridors.
Yeah.
No.
This has a lot of corridors.
Yes, this is all about the big T-junctions and the sort of things where it definitely looks, you could see Soundwave, like, walking through these rooms, and when they're in the rooms that actually have, like, screens, it just feels very much like the Nemesis. The Nemesis was not full of terrifying evil Fixits, though. And they're all bright orange.
No.
They're all his same, they look exactly like him. They could have changed
they didn't even change the color.
No.
Yeah.
It does raise a lot of questions about Fixits,
like
personhood. Is he people?
Is Fixit an accidental people, or
I don't think so, because
Spark gets stuck in one of these little standard drones, or what? What is he?
I am pretty sure we later meet some Fixits who are also people.
Is it like...
Which raises more questions about this army of Fixits.
Is it like how my car, there's like, you could get the base model that doesn't have all this stuff, like, that warns you if someone stopped ahead of you and complains if somebody pulls ahead, but mine has that, so, like, maybe he's like the premium model of Fixit that comes with consciousness, but you can get a base model of Fixit that comes without consciousness.
Oh, sort of like he's like G1 Omega Supreme and the Guardian Commanders or something that were just recolors of him.
The Omega Sentinels or whatever.
Yeah, the Sentinels.
Maybe it's just weird that they're frightening little Fixits here.
Yes.
it's very weird. Strong Arm is not okay about it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, she's stuck in a cell, and due to the internal defenses also jamming their communications, she's only getting that same radio station that plays ranchero music.
Yes.
Which, is that a reference to, like, what I forget what it was, like, one of the earliest, strongest radio stations was...
Oh, yes. Because they called them border blasters. Mm-hmm. And are immortalized in the Wall of Voodoo song, Mexican Radio.
Yes.
Yes.
Wish I was in Tijuana, eating barbecued iguana.
I mean, presumably that's just like what the free what music.
We've got some stock music.
It's the cold slither of Robots in Disguise. It did remind me though of when this. I'm like way outside of DC right now, but when I lived closer into DC, there were just lots of Spanish language stations, and you would hear some that would play like ranchero type music, and all the DJs just sounded like they were at an actual party. Like, I don't know if they would actually have a party at the studio that they would have them broadcast from, or if this was just like a background track thing, and that was just like a gimmick. But all of the
probably
DJs...
background track thing.
All the DJs legit sounded like they were having a super good time at a party, and it was a lot of fun to listen to because the actual rock stations had gotten terrible by that point, so sometimes I just listened to random other things because at least they weren't playing, like, Limp Bizkit.
Well, this was pretty recent, right? So I think most radio stations have gotten, unless you're doing talk shows or something like that.
I'm thinking about 20 years ago. I'm thinking about,
it probably was a party, yes.
Yes.
Because now they like record all the talk segments in like a block and just glue shit together.
I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about during that time when I had that story about how I found the previous Robots in Disguise Ruination guys and realized that they were just Scramble City toys, and I was very disappointed. Yeah. But that's what it made me think of, was back when there were a lot of Spanish language. There probably still are closer to DC. I assume that considering the current situation, they are not sounding like they are literally at a party all the time.
No.
Well, maybe right now. Not for most of the year.
So yeah, it is up to Bumblebee and Grimlock to save the day. So they find a communications room. And then they are attacked by bugs.
Oh no!
Specifically armor-piercing nanodrones, which are just like these tiny robot bugs.
Yeah, they're just being stung by something they can't see, and then he magnifies.
Which really makes you wonder what
mosquitoes.
Yes.
Yeah, what kind of what is on this ship that they are trying to protect?
Yeah, again, this has some pretty heavy-duty defenses.
There's a lot of hallways and a lot of Fixits. They never encounter a storage room or a hangar or anything.
There's a storage room and it just has Arachnid in a frozen pod.
It's just all hallways.
This is our strategic hallway reserve.
Yes. And our strategic Fixit reserve.
Yes. So luckily Grimlock manages to smash a console that turns off the nanodrones. But it's now pretty clear that he is all messed up. He should be on the DL, as we say in sports.
That's not what that means in my communities, but okay.
I have not heard the football term either. I have heard the other one.
It's the disabled list.
Rob, are you not familiar with what that means in other communities?
No.
Being on the down low, as it were, which,
okay, well, I have heard of that.
Okay, you have got
it. It is when you are secretly carrying out homosexual activities, but you are not openly homosexual.
Yes. And in fact, they recently changed it to the IL, the injured list.
Maybe because... Probably.
Because some of the guys on the DL were on the DL, and it got confusing.
It got a little confusing.
No, it was apparently changed after a request from disability advocates.
That's fair. That's fair.
So it's now the injured reserve list.
Reserve? They're in the army now? What?
Well, it's, baseball's kind of weird because you have to put them on it for X number of days.
Oh, so... They're in reserve. Okay, it's just sometimes terminology changes just confound me, and this is one of them. Anyway,
So yeah, B is all, listen, Grim, you really should have told me. We could have had this looked at. I know, and earlier he'd said that, hey, we couldn't do this without you, buddy. But that doesn't mean that you can't tell us when you're hurt, because,
we can't do this without you. It's important that you take care of yourself.
You're a liability to us, but mostly to yourself.
Yes.
If you're injured.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they get to the bridge, and just as Octopunch is getting ready to lift off this mud ball, so long, Earth. It's been absolutely miserable.
Now you're switching it into an Italian accent, which works better.
It's New York. It's a New York accent.
Well, the Italians do love calamari.
Yeah, see, an Italian accent would have made more sense. Gabagool.
But he gets a terrible octopus pun in here when Bumblebee says, hey, you're coming with us. And he's like, oh, I don't ink so.
Yes, we have to taco about the puns, or pune, or a play on words, as it were.
That's so bad.
No, just quoting Hogs.
Well, he also says that the Autobots are a real pain in the mantle.
I guess I missed that one. I figured there were more than just the ink so, but...
Yeah, because it's the mantle is the head of the octopus.
Yes.
I just call that the delicious part.
And yeah, I do like that he shoots ink at people.
Yes. Yes.
I love animal superpowers.
Yeah.
That's true. You are a Spider-Man fan.
That's right.
Wait, has Dr. Octopus ever used ink?
He has not.
Really?
Shockingly.
It feels like it...
However, the villain known as the Squid does shoot ink at people. Yeah, the Squid does. And the Squid, notably, is like an actual Squid Man.
Well, kind of, sort in that he has tentacles? I'm not sure what about him as Squid.
I mean, he turns into like a green guy with tentacles.
The squids aren't green.
Well, they can change color.
Some of them. I think that's... wait, or is it with the cuttlefish are the ones that change color?
I think squids can... But, I mean, we're talking about a guy with squid DNA. We're not really veering into the realm of biological plausibility.
Yeah, Marvel is kind of weird. But does the guy called the Eel have eel DNA?
Well, the eel is just a guy in like a costume that is covered in... Well, it's covered in grease, and also he has electric powers.
What about the Spot?
Well, I mean, he's not really he looks like a Dalmatian, but I don't know that he's really otherwise animal-themed.
Okay. But he's sort of like blotchy, so that's sort of ink-themed.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Oh, the Spot really needs to be in a movie. Presumably one of the animated ones, but still, his power would look great on screen.
Well, the great thing about the Spot is I didn't realize his name was a pun for like 20 years.
What's his
really?
His real name is... Well, his real name is Jonathan Owen, which means that he's Johnny Owen the Spot.
Oh, yeah, that's not a pun that anyone under
this a
the
Stan
age
Lee
of 60
character?
would get.
No, send all hate mail to Al Milgram, everybody.
Al Milgram?
Okay.
Dang, I didn't realize he was a punster.
Oh, yes. Old Editory Al.
It's no Peter David.
Peter David is dangerous.
He's so bad.
He's so good, he's so bad.
So he's trying to get this thing to take off, but then Bumblebee starts to realize, hey, tentacles. He starts like tying them in knots to the bulkheads, whilst Grimlock just beats on him.
And every time Grimlock punches him, he ows on his side. Because he keeps throwing out his...
Ooh, owie, ooh.
Muscles? Oh. How do robot work?
Magic.
I mean, there's like a part in him that's broken. Like, if he was a car, he'd be making a weird noise.
Yeah, he'd be like making a squeaking sound when he... Or like when there's a belt slipping.
Yeah, exactly. Like one of his belts is out of alignment. Like maybe he stripped some gears.
Yeah, but like it's in his Dinobot ribs, which where does that out? Is that becomes his back in robot mode?
Yeah, sort of his back. So it's like his back's all messed up. I know the feeling.
Yeah. I guess I can understand that.
So yeah, they Grimlock shuts down the engines, but also because of course he does, turns on the self-destruct mechanism.
Well, he destroys the console with his tail, which, impressive, is bad. Now, this does solve the problem. It's like, now we don't have a ship that we could just fly home in.
Yes.
Well, they don't want to just fly home.
Yeah, we gotta collect all these. I mean, otherwise we would have gone with Jazz.
They've got a mission.
Well, now that they have a spare jerk hanging around, Drift, they could have filled up the shuttle with some of the pods to send back to Cybertron, but you don't have to worry about that, because the ship's gonna blow up. But this raises a big question.
About the Fixits?
Yes! There's like 100 Fixits that are about to blow up.
Yes.
These aren't the kind that have the people package. These are the base models.
Apparently not, but, like, when they do get back, and then like...
So, yeah.
Strong Arm has her little nightmare about, the Fixits whipping her. Maybe she was thinking about, oh no, we just killed 100 Fixits.
Alright, that'll be replacing the whale in me nightmares.
Yes!
So anyway, yeah, they're heading for the exit. They do not have the Fixits with them, but they do have Octopunch. And they realize they're not going to make it in time, but because all the other defenses are down, they realize that the jamming is down as well. So that means they can then radio Fixit and tell him to bring them in, and he does so along with a bunch of seawater.
Less water this time. I don't know. Well, I guess as he was making the portal, the ship was exploding, so some water got in, because they were running down a hallway without water.
As they're getting ready to, as they're like, okay, the ship's about to self-destruct, we don't have enough time to run all the way down to the other end of the ship and get far enough away. Sideswipe makes a comment about V mode. And
yes.
Presumably meaning vehicle mode, but now I'm curious if that's like something other people use, or if that's just Sideswipe being Sideswipe. Like, my V mode.
It's either just Sideswipe, or maybe that's a slang the kid robots have.
Oh, yeah.
The kids these days. Maybe he's...
The protoforms these days.
Maybe he's trying to impress Jetstorm and Slipstream with how young and hip he is. You know? And they're just playing Fortnite. They're like, okay, boomer. And he's like, I'm not... I'm a millennial.
I would love an episode, although I doubt it ever happens, of like, Sideswipe is like talking about something he did back on Cybertron that got him in trouble in the first place, and then the minicons just pull out their rap sheets and they're a lot longer.
Before Drift got them out of juvie.
I assume they were like...
We were actual criminals.
I assume they were like Dickensian street urchins.
Yeah, I was assuming that, but I would also be up for them being like hardcore juvenile delinquents.
Oh, they were like Rumble and Frenzy before Drift found them.
Yes.
Little horrible violent street urchins kicking everyone's ass.
And yeah,
stealing from old
Strong Arm
ladies.
has some PTSD, and then that's the episode.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an okay episode. The Decepticon of the Week is not especially memorable, but he's amusing enough.
Yeah, he's not like, I don't know, Ron Perlman showing up out of nowhere, but he's fine.
Oh, if Ron Perlman had voiced him, that'd be better.
Ron Perlman voiced Optimus Primal.
Yes, he did. An extremely bored Ron Perlman.
I need to watch that.
I'm not sure if it's just him being bored anymore, if him just finally getting older, and like he just sounds tired all the time. Yeah.
They were like, okay, you're this giant ape robot, but you're super bored, like profoundly weary of living. Here you go. Here's your lines.
Like the last time I remember seeing him acting where he had a lot of energy was in Hellboy. And even that was kind of laid back.
I mean, he is pretty old. Don't look up how old he is. You'll feel bad.
Yes.
It'll make you unhappy.
I will feel bad. Was he in Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah, that was like his main thing for a while. He was like the main character. Maybe
that tired him out.
I only saw the first season, but he's pretty good in it.
Okay.
Like, I mean, he's the guy. What's his name? Oh, the main guy from Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah, the default player one with barely a personality.
Oh, Charlie Hunnam?
Yes. He's
Also,
the main guy in that, and he's kind of boring.
Yeah, I really love Pacific Rim. I have the second one. I still haven't bothered to watch it, but he was like the down point of Pacific Rim.
You know what he's in?
He was a void.
That is not bad, but he's definitely not the best part of it. Crimson Peak.
Oh, yeah?
I just needed to bring up Crimson Peak. Yeah, he was in Crimson Peak.
Does he die at the beginning or something? I don't remember.
No, he makes it all the way to the end. He's like the optometrist guy who the main character who's like kind of into the main character at the start, and then he shows up at the end and helps rescue her from all the crazy stuff, by which I mean carries her off after the knife fight over Tom Hiddleston.
Wow, I forgot there was another guy in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember there's Hiddleston, there's two ladies, there's a bunch of ghosts.
Yeah.
Presumably there was
which
her
I believe are
dad
all
at the beginning or something.
Yeah.
Well, her dad is, I think, her dad is Canadian actor Jim Beaver.
You can't just be named Jim Beaver and be...
Oh, no, sorry, he's not Canadian, but...
What?
He is...
You can't be named Jim Beaver and not be Canadian.
He's from Wyoming. My mistake.
I guess that's okay.
Well, I guess no, but I think Doug Jones is in that, but most of the skinny monsters were a new guy.
Oh, I think that's the guy who then went on to play the Slender Man.
Oh, but there is definitely a lot of Doug Jones playing ghosts in that. But there may have. I mean, when you're in that much prosthetics, you don't have to always be the only one playing a particular ghost.
No.
Well, there were like 4 ghosts, or I'm pretty sure that the one that was like blood red, that wasn't Doug Jones.
They're pretty much all blood red. That's the theme.
Well, there was one.
That's why it's Crimson Peak.
Well, the one that was like blood and skinny as shit. Which, okay, they were all kind of skinny shit. Anyway,
so yeah,
we're done with the episode.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent episode. Kind of standard. I enjoyed the stuff with Grimlock nursing his injury, as it's a rare moment of vulnerability for that character.
Yeah. He's somewhat serious for a change after spending the beginning of the episode singing about how he's smashing through all the obstacles. I would like to know more about this ship. I assume we are not going to find out any more about this ship. Also, I appreciate how there's just this abandoned Cybertronian spaceship under the sea on Earth, and they're like, yeah, that sounds right.
Well, yeah, every Earth is Cybertron's trash heap.
Yes.
It doesn't. The ship never gets a name, does it?
No, it does not.
Well, it blows up, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good episode. Villain, wish was better. Wish didn't have a Jewish accent. Other than that, fun episode.
I'm still writing him off as Jerry Lewis.
So that now brings us to David's Tokusatsu Corner.
Yes, this week on Kyuku Sentai Go-Go 5, it's a recap episode.
Oh no. So is that like a clip show?
Basically, yeah. Rescue File 99 is the episode title. It, like, here's the traditional Sentai, and I don't know if Kamen Rider does it, but the Sentai definitely does it. Like, you have your Christmas episodes, and then you're going to have a New Year's episode, but somewhere in there, there's a recap episode, because people may not be watching TV because it's the holiday season.
That's fair.
Even in Japan.
Oh, we should release a recap episode.
Previously on the Stasis Pod.
Yes.
So it's a recap episode. You're going to miss this one. Nothing really important happens in it. The opening theme is the English version, which was nice. There is a very loose wraparound story, which is pretty much they're reviewing files on old mini discs, which at first I thought they were zip discs, but it's like, wait, what size are zip discs? But then they were clear and you could see the disc in them. It's a mini disc.
Yeah, it's a Sony thing.
So they're going over old things like, oh, here's shit that happened in the first episode. Here's a list of all our bad guys. The Y2K bug is coming!
Oh no.
I don't know if I'm thankful or sad that this episode wasn't about the Y2K bug, because this was filmed in 1999, and this is turning into the year 2000, this episode. And you could have made more out of that other than, well, the entire series is basically based upon that. With alien calamity monsters in the place of the Y2K bug. But there was like one scene saying, "Oh no, the Y2K bug! We have 8 hours to stop it." That's not like one of the Rangers is like as the other his brothers are running out. That's not how. Oh, never mind.
You really should have got that handled like a little while ago, guys.
Yes, that was handled. We can't do that in 8 hours. People were on that. Anyway, the Monster's butler is drunk because the little baby he used to care for, Salamine Dines, grew up, became a dragon, is dead. So he's drowning his sorrows. Throws something up which hits Mint, the Ranger's little robot, which was out shopping for something. And somehow that resets Mint's internal timer that it thinks it's the next year, and it hasn't been prepared for the Y2K bug, because that's the one thing Mondo fucking forgot. Like, their robots haven't been Y2K updated.
Oh no!
That should be more of a problem, but this is a clip show, not a real episode, so that just goes out the window. And
There's no time for plot.
Yeah, so it's a recap episode. There's like a song at one point that's singing about the Sima family monsters. I don't know, whatever. It's a recap episode. It's fine. It might be a good episode to watch because it recaps the series.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Alright, so that brings us to the end of Deep Trouble and the end of this episode. We'll be back next week with more Robots in Disguise. Until then, you can find us all over the internet. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we have a Patreon.
Yes, we are hosted on iaconunderground.net, where we have a Patreon set up to help with hosting and other expenses. That is at patreon.com/iaconunderground. Every month we do a special episode on some old cartoon show or a big exciting new movie. This year has not had very many big exciting new movies, but it has had a few-year-old big exciting new movie because New Mutants finally got released. So,
yes.
For our Patreon subscribers, and for those interested, it's as little as $1 a month. You can hear our monthly specials, as well as get access to our back catalog of them, and hear us talk a lot about New Mutants and X-Men, and ramble on a little bit about some of the current comic book stuff, and just have fun. It was definitely a movie.
It was.
Yes.
We haven't done a really long episode in a while. I think this episode is as long as the movie.
Yeah, because we haven't had movies.
Yeah.
We've been watching
we haven't. We've been doing
an
lots
episode
of
of GoBots or Inhumanoids, which I took a deep dive on because I've been really bored at work lately. So I've been like watching that on Daily Motion and just sitting through the entire thing. And Gag Oil is very disturbing, and I want you all to experience that with me someday.
That and
he has a great name.
Yes.
Stupid name.
I still find Nightcrawler slightly more disturbing.
Nightcrawler gave me nightmares.
Nightcrawler is extremely disturbing, but Gag Oil has this just sort of like disinterested, like there's a point where people are stabbing him and he's just like, oh, and he just eats the like big sticks he's being stabbed with, and it's just like definitely creepy and in a very deeply unsettling way. Also,
but that's a creepy monster animal. Whereas Nightcrawler was a man.
Yes, he was.
He is not anymore.
I think the thing that surprised me,
Dr. Herman Mangler.
I think the thing that surprised me the most about Nightcrawler is that you see him as he's like established as this character for like maybe half an episode before he gets horribly killed and then turned into this monster.
Yeah.
He's like hardly even there. It's not like, you know, Batman the Animated Series where Harvey Dent got to hang around for a couple episodes first. It's like, nope, he's immediately...
It is a short series.
It is a very short series.
But he's around just long enough to think, oh, he's going to become a recurring character somehow. Oh no, he's dead. Oh no, he's back!
Also, I would really like to know who got the brilliant idea of putting the millionaire industrialist who's been up to evil shenanigans in the same jail cell as the mad scientist, because they're gonna team up. Because that's how they meet, is in jail. Like, no, you separate them. Put them in with, like, some random carjacker. It's not good.
Were they in prison in Arkham or something?
I guess that's maybe. But yes, New Mutants this month. It's a lot of fun. You know, people, back when it first came out in theaters, people had some concerns about some stuff, but apart from those, it's a pretty great movie. I enjoyed it. I kind of want to watch it again now.
There was one thing that I heard in one review that was, like, shitty and, like, hated the movie, but they had one good point. It felt like the beginning of a TV series, like this was the TV movie start of a series.
Like that Generation X special.
I was just about to mention, we should dig that up and review that sometime. Pretty sure I saw that in, like, 1995. I have not since.
I remember the commercials. I don't think I ever saw it.
I absolutely saw it when it aired and never again, because I was, like, reading the comic because I was, like, 15 at the time and I was exactly the target audience. So yeah, I watched it when it aired and have not seen it since, but I am always up for some Matt Frewer, and terrible broadcast TV 90s.
Oh, Matt Frewer.
I spoiled it. It could have been surprise Matt Frewer.
Wow, looks like it's Matt Frewer and a bunch of soap opera actors.
We might have to look that up next month then.
Oh, and the voice of animated Bumblebee is Mondo.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I guess I thought he was younger than that.
Oh. Well, I guess he was on Deep Space Nine, which was not that far away from it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that is this week's episode. So until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
And I've got the clamps. I'm David.